Okay, in my last video, I talked about editing the content in the body of a web page after you log in. And you logged in, and it was this content here that you were able to edit, but not the content up here. And so, how do you change this heading? And how do you change what this says, for example? Well, I'm going to show you. It's not the same way, so we're going to log in as we did in the last video with the last edit button, and I'm actually already logged in, so I didn't have to put in my username and password. And it bumps me into the mode here where I can edit, where I can choose click main content. But as I said, I want to edit this area because this is not what I want the web page to say. In the migration process, it picked up the wrong information and put it here. So this is what I want to fix. And we do that by going up to the properties button next to the edit. So I'm going to click properties, and I don't see much I can do here. So if this is the view that you see, this little button right here that says checkout looks like a light bulb. You got to click that. So if you don't see it, you have to click that and then click properties again. And that's a little weird, but that's what you got to do in order to get this view where you get page parameters. You can see there's a lot of choices here, so I'm going to go through these. But this is a title. Now, here's where it's confusing. You think, oh, title, this is the same thing as what I see on this page right here. That's what I want to change, right? But if you were to change this and save it, go back, you wouldn't see that it changed, because what title is this area up here that somebody bookmarks. And so when you bookmark this or see it in a tab, that's where you're going to see it, is right there. Search engines also like this for displaying on the results page, so it's important to have it. So whatever you call your web page, it's probably a good idea to have these both actually the same thing. So I'm going to say marketing and media design. So that is going to be the title of the page. I'm going to copy that. Hopefully I spelled it right. And I'm going to come down here to page heading. So heading and title. So page heading is actually what's on the page itself that you see. I'm going to click save. And now when I go back, I can see it does look better. But I still want to do some more things, like this breadcrumb, for example. Let's change that. I'm going to go to properties. And down here, I see something that says breadcrumbs. So I'm going to make that the same. Actually, I'm going to make it say home. Maybe I'll just make it say marketing home, because this is the home page of marketing versus one of the support pages for marketing. You can change that for each individual page on there. Some other things here too as well under custom settings. We got mobile heading, intro text. So mobile heading is if I had a really long title that is displayed on the web page if you're looking at it on a desktop. But if you're looking at this on a mobile device, which has kind of a small window, you could give it a different heading to display instead. But this is a pretty good size. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I actually like an ampersand, so I'm going to do an ampersand here instead, and there as well. So that's nice, and if you leave it blank, it will be the same thing on the different screen sizes. This is something that is optional that you can add, and it's a little, like, think of it as a byline or just a little submission statement, very small, called intro text, where you can write something underneath the heading. And I'll just write, here to support your marketing needs. And you can see what it looks like. So I'll hit save now so we can see how that looks. And there's that little, I'll call it like a subliminal heading or something like that. I don't think we actually need it in this case, so I'm going to delete that, get rid of that. Okay, so description and keywords. This is also very, very important to search engine optimization, and it's often overlooked. And Google actually gives this priority to say what exactly your page is about. I'm going to say Los Medanos, of course I got to spell it right, Medanos marketing marketing department, schedule, catalog, and website production, maybe. In this capital thing, so I guess I'll just capitalize all this stuff. Okay, so that's kind of a description of what it is, and that's like when you search for, say, marketing and media design at LMC, in the Google search results, you'll get the title, and then you'll get that brief description that goes underneath. And keywords is also as important. You don't need too many, just maybe 5 or 6 of the really important things that people might be searching for you for. So maybe schedule, posters, advertising. And again, you know best what your people are searching for. So I'm going to leave it at that for right now, but you'll separate those by commas. Okay, moving right along, there's 2 more choices. There's the top banner, display if checked, and there's already something in here. So if we click display and click save, voila, we have already something in place. And it sits in there kind of nicely. You'll see that the title goes over the top of the image, but is slightly transparent. The navigation goes into it, so it looks nice. And you can put an image in here as well. However, keep in mind it's a long banner image. So if I were to resize this, you can kind of see how it looks different. And also it moves depending on the screen size. So I made this smaller, and you can see that it changes size. Sorry, little doggy in the background. Okay, so that's how you have that. I'll leave it there. I like it there. And one last little thing, actually 2 last little things. So we have this thing, which is kind of odd looking, but what that is called is a dependency tag. And I'll get into that a little bit later when I start talking about links. But it's basically defining the path, which is written down here, of where that image actually lives on the server. So when I get into links, that'll be a little bit more clear. And then lastly, display sidebar if checked. And that's the navigation you see in the side that helps you get around this website. So if I declick this, click save, my navigation is going to go away, which use sparingly, because all of a sudden the navigation is gone. And it might be good for a big event page or something like that, but or just one-off landing page, but then you have no way of knowing how to get back or forward in your web pages. So think twice before you get rid of the navigation. But it's easy to put back. Display sidebar if checked, and click save. Alrighty, so that is it. I am going to publish this and moving right along. I'll get into links next. I want to preview it and see how it looks. Yay! It's an iPhone image, by the way. Alrighty, see you in the next video.